The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. How are you? It is, let me put this up here. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. Guess which one I am. Thank you for being here. Well, you were here anyway, right? Okay. All right, this is something that I didn't have to do when I was a young adult. I have to put my cell phone on, what do you call that? Mute? Is that what you call it? Mute? Hold on, please. I am so sorry about that. I am so sorry. Well, and if you would mute your cell phone too, I would appreciate it. And no pictures during this video. Thank you. Hey, how are you? Good to be with you. All right, let's start from the beginning, which is a great place to do this with. Listen to me. First of all, on today's show, in about 2-3 minutes, I'm going to be talking about something that I don't think the kids should be hearing. As a matter of fact, I know they shouldn't. And just so you understand, I gave you this warning before I started talking about it. No, it's not porno. Okay. No, it's not that. I just want the kids out of the room. That's all. That's all. So if you have some pots and pans and a wooden spoon, send them down to the kitchen, please. Unless you're in the kitchen, send them somewhere else. I don't want them to listen to the show in a couple of minutes. I just don't want it. I don't want to be held responsible because it's going to be revealing and I don't want it. Okay? But first, I live in a town in southeastern Massachusetts. I'm not going to say which one it is, but it begins with an E and ends with an N. That's right, Eden. I live in this town. Nice town. I like it. Nice people. No problem. People open doors for you. That's a good thing. I like it. However, there used to be a thing in this particular town, which was a food tasting event that they did every year. Now, I talked about this at the beginning of the summer, and damn it, no one's done anything about it. And you give me a pulpit, I'm going to do this. And I think most of the residents in the town in which I live would agree with me. I can't imagine how they couldn't. They used to have a thing called a taste of blank, and then there's the name of the town. Most of the towns in Massachusetts are not doing this still. There used to be, as you know, there was a gathering of people, small ticket price to get in, and all the restaurants from the area, not just from that town, but from the general area, would bring samples of their food, and you'd walk around this area, and you would have little samples of all the food. And in many cases, I liked the food from a particular restaurant, and within a week or two, I went to that restaurant. It brings in customers. It brought me in. Also at this event were various community organizations and some businesses and banks, etc., services that you can take advantage of, massages, chiropractic, whatever. They were all there with little tables and little booths, we would call them, and they would be talking about what they do. And I found that to be extremely helpful to the point where, well, I didn't know that happened here in this town. I didn't know you did that. I didn't know you were here. That was wonderful, too. And then the kids from the high school had a little jazz band or something, and they would play, and that was exciting. And parents go, yeah. That was wonderful. It was a nice event. Successful every single year. Then, COVID hit. Oh, my God. And people stopped gathering. As you know, those were the rules with the COVID thing. Don't go near people. Don't touch people. I found that to be refreshing. Many other people thought it was horrible. The results were horrible, but the concept of not having to deal with people for a period of time was very nice as far as I was concerned. A horrible reason, but anyway. So then they stopped doing this thing, and then COVID ended really like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Now it's like it's around, but we don't cancel events because some people have the flu. It's the same kind of thing now. And some towns have started up their food tasting events again, not too many. Those that did raised the prices tremendously, and I don't know why. And by the way, it's not the government that made the businesses raise the prices. The businesses did this all on their own. It's your business community. It's the way this place is set up. It's with free enterprise. You charge as much as you want as long as someone's going to pay for it, and people do. So the prices are not set by the government. They're not struck down by the government. The government has nothing to do with all that stuff. Inflation, that's because people charge more stuff. Then the government got involved because things were getting out of hand, so they tried to, stop this thing. So they try to regulate it. But the high prices that you're paying has nothing to do with government. It has to do with the businesses. Hey, we can charge more money, and look, they're going to pay for it. Let's make more money now, huh? Look, they're paying the price. They're buying it. That's not what I'm not talking about that. I'm not here to talk about that right now. I was talking about something else. These food tasting things. I said on the program late spring, early summer, I said, let's get back to these things. They were successful. I got to see my neighbors, my friends, people I never see or really even want to see. In a joyous atmosphere with putting food in your mouth, little wine samples, beer samples. What could be better than that? What has happened since? Nothing. They haven't had it. I sit here, the town council, whatever you call yourself, I don't know, whatever, at your next meeting, could you say, look, this guy who does this talk show, and then he goes on the channel there, does it once a week there, he's bringing up a good point, man. The restaurants love this. It was a community event, community feeling. We even raised some cash. Why don't we do this again? That's all. People want to wear a mask, that's fine, but they won't have to because nobody does anyway, anywhere. I mean, people were wearing masks before COVID even hit. I mean, that's not an excuse anymore. Why can't we get back to that again? Do we need somebody to organize it? I'll do it. I got nothing to do. Actually, I have a lot to do. I'll find people that'll do it. But you do it. Come on. Come on. Come up with a date. Get a plan. Do it. Welcome back. Do it. All right. Thank you for letting me have this pulpit. Obviously, if I were the Pope, I'd be standing on a balcony, and it would be a bit more effective. But all I have is this. A wall with lights on it. All right. When I ask you to get the kids out of the room, this is the time to make sure that they're out. Oh, I can't even talk. Make sure that they're art. God. Make sure that they're out. All right. I want to talk about what we call little white lies. I don't know where the white came in. They're little lies. They're harmless little lies. We have, on a national basis, obviously, a lot of lying going on politically and in other ways as well. In order to market something, they will lie to you in order to persuade you to think a certain way. You should be able to catch things like that instead of just taking them for granted that somebody said it because somebody else said it. I'm talking about these little lies. And we all do it. And let's not be so pious about it. We all do it. What's the best example of some little lies that we do all the time? If you're married or have a significant other, and that significant other comes up to you and says, do I look fat in this dress? Obviously, that would be a female thing. Do I look fat in this dress? What do you say? Yes, you do. No, you don't say that. You can't say that. It's so much easier, so much more efficient, cost-effective to say, no, you don't look fat in that dress. I like some of your other dresses a little bit better, but do you look fat? No, you do not. 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 Or if You see a significant other and they look really good. You say, hey, you're looking really good today. Now, that's not a lie, but it's something you didn't have to say anyway. So I don't know. But we do these white lies, these little white lies, white I say, because it makes other people feel good. Are we lying? To some extent, we are. To some extent, yes. Does it matter? No. It doesn't hurt me to say that. It's not like, how could you say that? Lie to this person. You're an honest. How can you talk like? I don't beat myself up about that. It's fine. It's fine. It makes the other person feel really good. Now, if they're going to wear that dress that they look fat in out in public, then you have to get around it a little bit by saying, no, you don't look fat in that dress, but there are other dresses that I really love, and I'd love for people to see you in those dresses. You look dynamite in those other dresses. Then that's still a compliment, because, see, you look dynamite in, and it doesn't matter what the rest of the sentence is. These are white lies, little white lies. They're okay to do. We do it all the time online, don't we? Kids do it. I want you to like my post. Yeah, I'll like it. Did you really like it? No, it sucked. You kidding me? But all I had to do was click on it and got you off my back. I don't care. Made you feel good, right? Did it make you feel good when I said I liked it? Yeah, it did. Okay, so what's the problem? Asked if I liked it, not if I loved it. Oh, yeah, I liked it, because it doesn't really have any effect on me, so I like that. So, okay, what's your problem? We do these little things. We embellish to make it sound good, to make the other person feel good. And you know what? That's a nice thing. There's nothing wrong with making somebody else feel good about themselves. That's a great thing, as a matter of fact. Even if it's not the case, to build them up, it's not deceiving. It helps them feel good and have a good day and have a good life and a better relationship, because they will like you as much as you say you like them. Are they being honest with you when they say something nice? Of course, completely honest. They don't lie to me. If they like something, they really like me. Believe me, they like me. Do you really like them? Yeah, they're all right, but I tell them I do. So we have those little lies. Then there's another category, which is a bit more amazing to me. It's deceitful, but not harmful, because we all do it. Here's my example, and this is why I want the kids out of the room. I'll give you another 30 seconds to get them out. Oh, hurry up, will you? Are they all out? Okay, I just got the all clear. Yeah, I know. Now, okay, here's the thing. We lie to them about these things that exist, but they really don't. Number one example, Santa Claus. Does Santa Claus really exist if the kid's in the room? Of course it does. But seriously, you really think that a plump-sized man in a velvet red coat is going to go down your chimney and look pristine, cool? Yes, because he's a Marvel superhero. And then you leave cookies on the fireplace, and the cookies are gone in the morning, and this is why he's so fat. And then he brings gifts on top of it down the chimney, like, yeah, that works. How is that even physically possible? And we don't even have a chimney. But the kids eat this up. They go, oh my God, that's right. Santa's coming. Their eyes get huge. They even get a little conjunctivitis sometimes. They are so full of delight and joy. And so excited. How can you knock that down? You perpetrated that. You gave them that vision. No, Ron, actually I didn't. It was society that gave it to them. It was the television commercials that gave it to them. It was the department stores that gave them that vision of what happens. And all I did was go along with it. What, am I going to negate everything around me with all this Santa stuff going on? No, because the kids light up with joy. So you do the little lie. And then you start to wonder, why are my kids not like understanding? Why are they so stupid? We go out and there's a department store and Santa Claus is there. And then we leave the department store and there's a Santa Claus on the corner ringing a bell that says some type of military branch Salvation Army next to him. And then we leave there and we go home and Santa's on television, somehow got to a television station. And then we go to a parade and Santa's always at the end of the parade. Santa's like everywhere. That's the magic of Santa, my child. No, you're lying to me. These are people dressed up like Santa Claus, dressed up like the real Santa Claus, who really delivers a gift. I work hard, 8-9 hours a day, all of my life to buy you this stupid freaking bicycle, and you're thanking Santa. I bought that. I worked hard for that. But no, Santa got it for you. Thank you, Santa. Oh, jeez. This is why I drink. Santa's a big one. Santa's a lie that is a conspiracy lie. In other words, a child says, well, my father can't be lying to me and get everybody on the planet to agree with him and to fool me. This must be real. I don't know. The kids can't figure it out because they don't want to figure it out. They just don't. Because it's too much joy. It's too much fun. It's the holidays. By the way, Santa does not go to homes unless you don't have a Christmas tree or you celebrate Christmas. If you don't, you're not going to get your Santa. Anyway, selective dreams, I guess you would call them. Then you've got, oh my God, my tooth is loose, says the little child. And the parent says, well, when the tooth comes out, the tooth fairy overnight will come into your room, remove that decayed piece of tooth to make way for the new ones, by the way, and will leave some money under your pillow. And I believe now with inflation and the cost of living, we're up to $20. I don't know. When I was a kid, it was the coins under the pillow. Now it's paper money. So, you got to keep up. You got to keep up. Or you can just swipe the end of the pillow with your credit card or tap the bedboard of the kid's bed and make your payment that way. The technology. I remember as a kid, I used to like sleep with one eye open after the tooth fell out and I put it under my pillow because like someone's coming into my room. I don't know this tooth fairy. I assume it's a nice person. So there's that one. And then there's Easter. A lot of holidays involved here. With Easter, with the Easter Bunny. Oh my God. These are actual rabbits that are able to walk around with baskets. And they color their eggs. Believe me, real rabbits don't do that. You have to find their eggs, which end up being plastic for some reason. The bunnies come in various sizes, shapes, and flavors, chocolate being the favorite. Sometimes they're a little bit of a marshmallowy kind of consistency, these rabbits. There is no Easter Bunny. There isn't any... and Tooth Fairy, that would be nice, but no. So, I mean, why can't we carry some of these things into adulthood? Like instead of when you lose a tooth and the Tooth Fairy comes... How about you get a vasectomy and the hooker comes? I don't know. That would be kind of cruel, though, wouldn't it? This is why I didn't want the kids in the room, by the way. Just saying. All right, I'm done with this segment. You can let your kids come back into the room now. Although what I'm going to talk about in the second half of the show might not be kid-friendly either. Let's say, keep them out. Keep them out. It's only another, 10 minutes? 10 minutes. You can handle it. I had a guest on by the way, hello, my name is Ron Van Dam. I do a radio show. I've been doing it for 30 years every single weekday. I know. I'm well aware of my deficiencies. I come in here once a week to do somewhat of a sloppy version of what I do on weekdays. On my actual syndicated radio podcast show, I actually have guests, experts in various fields, authors, some political figures, all kinds of people, celebrities. This earlier in the week, I had a guest on who was an expert in scams. And we talked about, it was a fascinating show. You can go to newenglandbroadcasting.com or ronvandam.com or televisuals, that's the parent company.com, or just Google my name. You'll find it all over the place. We're on every single platform and a couple of syndicated stations, radio-wise. This was the show, I believe, on, well, you'll find it. All the shows are posted everywhere. Anyway, it's called It's a Scam. Okay. What he said was that we are being scammed more than ever before. This started like way back when they had these salespeople in the Old West with a covered wagon, and they would sell you tonic, and it was a miracle drink, and it made you feel wonderful, and you'd never die, and you'd be healthy. All it was just like alcohol, you know, which makes you feel good usually. But they would sell you things that weren't real, that didn't work, that were really junk, similar to what Trump does. Now it's worse than ever. Now it's worse than ever. Now because of, and thank you so much for the internet and Google, thank you so much. Now we are like scam times 16, scam times 20, scam times 100. It's worse than ever. The internet has brought us more possibilities to steal our identity. And by the way, if you want to steal an identity, you got to be a little selective, because some of these identities you don't want. You don't want them. You got to be selective. They can steal your identity. They can steal your money. They can steal your security, your information, everything. So thank you, technology, for making this just another reason to be paranoid. To begin this conversation, I will tell you that it is natural for the human being alive today to be more paranoid than they ever have been in their lives, because more people are out to get you. Paranoid is actually a godsend, because that means you're on the defensive. It means you don't trust anybody. They have to earn your trust before you give it to them. Didn't always used to be like that, especially in church. Now it's changed. Don't trust anybody unless you know them really, really well. Unless it's a long-term scam, then they're still going to get you. Scams are directed basically these days at seniors, because seniors sometimes are alone, and that is a human problem where you looking for anything that A, is going to make you feel better, B, feel more wanted, and C, give you companionship. And that's where the scams come in, especially the companions supposedly, but they're really from Nigeria, and not just from there, from other places as well, certainly. They will scam you into sending them money, thinking that you're going to marry them. It's a catfishing thing that every age group is vulnerable to, but seniors even more so. Seniors also tend to have a little bit more of a nest egg. Not necessarily, but a little bit more of a nest egg than other people would. So they are targets for these financial scams as well. The scams come in all different kinds of delivery systems. They come as emails, texts, phone calls, mail. That's the mail is the thing that goes into the mailbox, if you're not familiar. Any way that something can get to you, they use it. Telephone calls like crazy. I get at least 10 spam calls a day. from people trying to sell me something, and they don't even sound like they live here, which is fine too. That's not the problem. Other than I can't understand what they're saying, but that's not the problem. The problem is that they're trying to trick you into giving you their information. I get calls from Comcast all the time. It is not Comcast. It is some guy from some other world trying to say, we have a special deal on behalf of Comcast. I'm with Comcast. And then I look at the phone number. The guy's somewhere in Bulgaria or something. It isn't a Comcast telephone number. Doesn't say 1-800-COMCAST, whatever the thing is. And I say that to them. I say, well, this is a Comcast. Is it? Yes, it is. We represent Comcast. We are official Comcast. And we can get you lower rates right now. All you have to do, let's verify your account. Your social security number, please. Your bank account number, please. And then you give them certain security codes, and they go, yep, okay, that's you. They didn't check. They're just fishing for your information. And in the process of verifying, they're receiving your information. It's not verification, it's initial reception. Emails, getting emails all the time. Your invoice of $376 is prepared. Click and you can pay accordingly. I didn't buy anything for $376. That's not the way this works. You click on the download thing, and there you're downloading more than just an invoice. Sometimes your computer will go haywire. Start flashing and saying, virus, do not turn off your computer. Infected virus, call this number right away. And then when you do, they are able to get into your computer and then really screw it up. When all you had to really do was shut down your computer, which is what they were warning you not to do, and everything's fine. It's amazing how they are attacking you from every single corner of life, even in a text. As you know, half these things, and now political texts. Oh my God! How do I know? Donate $20, $30, $40. Which credit card number? I don't know who you are. How do I know it's you? I'm getting emails from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump personally from them. They didn't stop off and sit down and say, I got to get in touch with Ron, see if he wants to donate. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you're kidding? You've got to be paranoid. You've got to be on the defensive, because every minute of every day through all these types of roads to you, they are trying to market you. They are trying to get your information and your money. Some of it is dangerous because they're getting your information, and that can be bad, real bad. Others are just trying to say, I know you have money. I want you to spend it on my product. Those television commercials, we've been having those forever. But it's a little bit different than being deceived and connived into it. I get an envelope through the mail from March of Dimes at least once every month. And in it is 5 or 6 dimes. And in it they say, please contribute. And there's a little envelope to send them a donation. Hey, why'd you send me 6 dimes? How many of these letters are going out with 6 dimes in it? If you kept your money, you'd had a lot of money. And I interviewed somebody from the March of Dimes about a year ago. And I had the gazuntas to actually say to them, why do you do this? Why do you send dimes out in the mail, which I didn't think you were supposed to do? Why do you send dimes out? You ask for money and you send money out, and then you ask for money. They said, it's a marketing thing that actually works. We actually do very well with that particular marketing plan. I said, oh my God. My head went, poosh. I'm out of time. All I'm saying is, please be careful. There are other examples of scams, and I'll do some more in the next program. But until then, I'm out of time because I talk too much. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and I wish you peace.